The 7-seat 2025 Land Rover Discovery is one of the best luxury SUVs on the market. It has a smooth ride on the street, aggressive off-road capability, luxurious interior, and up-to-date technology. But is it the best luxury midsize SUV you can buy? We're about to find out. Our test vehicle is the P360 Metropolitan Edition. So you're getting a lot of additional luxury as well as still keeping that off-road capability. It's available in 10 exterior colors and 2 interior colors, and our test vehicle has the upgraded full leather interior that is a beautiful gray, and we'll get to that in just a moment. LED headlights and fog lights are now standard. Overall, the front of the vehicle has not changed. The standard wheel is a 22-inch alloy wheel. Our test vehicle has the upgraded black 22-inch wheels. The Discovery has a moving sliding front sunroof and a fixed rear one. One of the reasons the Land Rover Discovery is so capable is it has electric power-assisted steering, air suspension, and adaptive dynamics. The terrain response is selectable, and it does have off-road as well as on-road driving modes. Hill descent control is standard, and it does have about a 3-foot wading capacity. So if you're going to go through a lot of water, this is the vehicle to do it in. We did it in Iceland years ago, and it was really impressive and still continues to impress us. The Land Rover Discovery is a true off-road vehicle. It has weighting up to 36 inches, and you've got these roof rails in case you want to put a tent on the top, go camping, whatever it may be, canoeing. There's a million things you can do, but this vehicle has the capability of fitting literally everybody's lifestyle. In addition, the Land Rover Discovery has a 4-year, 50,000-mile warranty, and it weighs 5,145 pounds, which is a lot, but this vehicle is extremely capable, and when you're looking at a 3-row luxury SUV, they're all going to be somewhere in that weight category. Coming around to the back, well, Land Rover has a great idea, which a lot of other brands are listening to us, and tucking that rear wiper blade up underneath this rear wing. And the reason for that is if you're off-roading, running through a car wash, you can get damaged. Also, just the weather that happens out here, whether it's snow or ice, they get damaged and they're really expensive. So tucking it up is super smart. I know I emphasize that a lot, but when you own any vehicle for a long period of time, it's extremely frustrating when the wiper arm doesn't work. And this is a smart place to hide it. Across the back, you got Discovery, and traditional and part of the design of all the Discoveries is that offset license plate, LED taillights, a real tow hitch that is class 3 because this actually has really good towing capacity. We'll talk about that under the hood in just a second, but I want to show you the storage capacity. Now, the rear deck lid goes up now. It no longer folds out on this car. In addition, there is a really nice little shelf here, which you may think doesn't make sense, but it actually does. It's good for tailgating. If you need to put something down and readjust, there's not a ton of storage with the 3rd row seats up. There is only 9.1 cubic feet of storage with the 3rd row up. You can fold down the 3rd row seats. That's all done. The seats fold down with these power buttons right here, and you can lower the rear of the vehicle for heavy loads, or maybe you're loading in a dog that can't jump up. It gives you those options. In addition, there's a power outlet here. You can hang your plastic bags on these hooks. There's one on each side, or you can go to the bagfix.com, which is a product that I designed, and you can hang your bags on the back of the headrests, and that's a great way to keep them from rolling all over the place. Under the hood of our P360 Metropolitan Edition is a 3-liter mild hybrid 6-cylinder gas engine that has 355 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, backed by an 8-speed shiftable automatic transmission. It does recommend premium unleaded, but not necessary. Rides on 22-inch wheels, gets 19 miles to the gallon combined, and has a maximum towing capacity of 8,200 pounds, which is one of the best in class. 4-wheel drive is standard across the full lineup. One of the things I really love about the Land Rover product is the high seating position. And that 2nd row is just a little higher, and it's almost like a stadium seating. And the reason they've done this is that everyone gets to see out the front. And there's a huge piece of glass out the front. Great visibility. The sills are low. Your window lifts are right here on top, which I think is a really smart idea rather than burying them down low where you can't see them. They've always been part of the tradition for Land Rover to be here up high. By the way, the Queen drives Land Rovers as well if you're into all that royalty, and we have covered the Queen's cars and her history of Land Rovers. Really interesting. That's on our Car Smarts channel as well if you're interested. I thought it was pretty cool, actually, that she's always been driving these Land Rovers. Land Rovers are built in England. They used to be owned by an English car company. Now they're owned by Tata, which is an Indian car company. And they are very, very successful at turning this brand around. In addition, they also own Jaguar. So you're seeing a lot of changes with Jaguar as well. We'll be covering that. I know that some of the concepts are a bit odd and they were polarizing, and we covered all of that on our Car Coach Reports channel because a lot of people were not happy. I race a Jaguar that's Ford powered because at one point Ford owned Land Rover and Jaguar. Lots of changes since then. So if you haven't driven one in a long time, I have lots of friends that own these. They're no longer spending a lot of time at the dealership like they had in the past. They fixed those problems on the Land Rover lineup, and they're really impressive. They get good fuel economy, you get good performance, which I've always had. Fabulous off-road capability. I would say I don't think there's anyone that's better than this. Maybe you're buying a G-Wagon, but it's a completely different looking vehicle, and it's completely different in so many ways. Land Rover is always been about luxury. There are a ton of competitors. We'll talk about the competitors. There are some pros and cons to this vehicle. We're going to cover that at the end, so stay with us. We'll also talk about pricing. In the center of the vehicle, you have an 11.4-inch Pivi Pro screen. This is state-of-the-art. It moves really fast, which is an upgrade from previous years. And of course, that connected navigation. Optional head-up display, and Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are standard. Meridian surround sound with 700 watts gives you beautiful sound. Speakers all over this vehicle gives it a really nice balance. Of course, an interactive driver display where the gauges are is also easy to make personalized for yourself. 4-zone climate control with cabin air purification, and a center console cooler is really cool if you got to keep baby bottles cool or your lunch or a drink. Easy to do in this vehicle. Wireless charging as well as multiple USB-C charge ports around the vehicle. Optionally, you can buy a cold weather package at $500, a premium interior protection pack for $700. The towing package is $1,100. The black wheel protection pack, which is what we have, is $525. Advanced off-road capability, $2,000. And a basic rear seat convenience pack is $165. There's additional packages, including a chrome wheel package if you wish to go that route for $225. Overall, this vehicle is a huge improvement as far as details with the pure leather interior. Is fantastic. Very luxury, more luxury than many of the competitors. And that's where this vehicle really shines. Everything works as stated. And people that I know own Land Rovers love them. There are a lot of standard safety features, which include forward automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, 3D surround view camera, adaptive cruise control, driver attention monitoring, lane keep assist, front and rear parking sensors, rear cross traffic alert, pedestrian and cycle detection, and safe exit, which stops the vehicle in case somebody is trying to get out while a bike is going by or a car. All of these features are right here, and they explain each one. You can go back, and all of these different features are easy to access, including towing, connecting your accounts, your vehicle health, the weather. It is, of course, Alexa. You got your low traction, and it also has the ability for wade sensing. All of that is right here. The safety features are standard across the lineup, which I think is really important. And in front of you, that full digital cockpit, like I just described. In front of you have all your gauges. They're customizable. We talked about the center screen. It's excellent. Very fast processing, which is much improved over the predecessor, which was a little on the slow side. They fixed all that. So anything that you've been complaining about in the past, maybe you didn't buy one, please go out and take it for another test drive. No, they're not paying me. They lend me these cars for a week as well as every other brand. And we get to drive everything from a Ferrari to a, you name it, a Mitsubishi and anything in between. So I'm not saying either one's high end or low end. We literally drive everything. The gauges are easy to use. And everyone I know that has a Land Rover is very loyal to this brand, which I think is fantastic. There's also a lot of events that you can do with other people that own Land Rovers, which is also part of it. Now, as far as the test drive, unbelievably smooth ride on the road. There's lots of potholes and stuff around the New York area, but what I get is to drive through them, which I'm very careful not to pop a tire. But you wouldn't even know it. It's so quiet in here. It's a quiet ride. It is a luxurious ride without any question. And the brakes are excellent, well balanced with this vehicle. It is heavy. The engine has good performance and good torque and super impressive towing capacity. So you can take this thing off-road and you will not worry at all. Like some of the competitors, I wouldn't take it off-road. Might be nice to say you can, but I would never take them off-road. They just don't make sense. They're great luxury cars, but they don't have the capability and the off-road prowess that Land Rover does. The Land Rover Discovery seats 7 people. However, the front seats are the best. 20-way heated and cooled electric memory seats that also offer massaging with these captain's chairs. In the second row, you can get 60/40 electric heated and cooled power folding rear seats. In the third row, well, those are heated as well. And best of all, 4 latch systems for child safety seats. And that's really impressive. The luxury and attention to detail on the leather, and this is an upgrade on our vehicle, is really impressive. The ebony interior and extended Windsor leather is $150. I think it's worth the money because it is a full extended leather upgrade. The second row is impressive as well, as it has climate control for each side, in addition to the ability for entertainment screens, which are not on our test vehicle, but you can purchase those at the dealer. One of the nice features this vehicle offers is when you need to fold the seats down, you're putting in some cargo, or you need to put them back up, this button will do all seats in one touch of the button. Very impressive. The third row is tight, great for kids, not so good for adults, but that's true with any vehicle in this category. Overall, super impressive car. Really pleased with what they've done. Just the luxury is top of the line. To get to the next step of luxury, you're looking at like Rolls-Royce. I mean, it's that level of quality that they're producing. So let's take a look at the pros and cons. We'll talk about the pricing and the competitors in this category, and there's quite a bit. There are some pros and cons to the 2025 Land Rover Discovery. And first off, it is a great looking vehicle and it has really impressive off-road capability, and all the Land Rovers do, which is why they do so well. In addition to that beautiful high quality interior, true leather, just everything works as it's supposed to, a refined ride quality on the road as well, which really makes this vehicle very usable for the average person. On the negative side, well, if you're not used to the size of this vehicle, you'll have to get used to it. It might feel a little clumsy because of that high seating position, but you will get used to it very quickly. Also, the tight third row, well, that's true with any of these third row luxury midsize SUVs. Before we get to the price, the competitors is a very long list, and you should test drive everything before you make your final decision. And that includes the Mercedes-Benz GLE, the Audi Q7 and the Q8, the BMW X5 and the X6, the Genesis GV80, Porsche Cayenne, Lexus GX, Volvo XC90, Lincoln Aviator, Acura MDX, and the Cadillac XT5. We've driven all of them on our channel. You can check all the car reviews out on Car Smarts, and all the automotive news lives on Car Coach Reports. Now let's get to the important part, the price. The entry-level price is $60,200, and it goes all the way up to $79,800. And yes, there are a lot of additional options we discussed when we were talking about the interior. Our test car came in at $87,208. That included destination and delivery. I'm sure they're negotiable on the price, although these are selling really well. The #1 product that's selling for Land Rover is the Defender. We've reviewed that, as well as the Octa, which is a really cool piece of off-road equipment. If you're looking for something that does the best of both worlds, certainly check out the Land Rover Discovery. You'll see why it's one of the best mid-size luxury SUVs on the market. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. All the ways to reach us are down below in the description. We appreciate your support. Please like and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. I'm LaurenFix. Thanks so much for watching.